Hello everyone and welcome back to Turner's Tutoring. I'm Mr. Turner with our math video. Today we're going to be practicing long division together. We're going to plan for two problems, one that goes into it evenly that we've got showing right now, and the other that hopefully has a remainder. That being said, if you like these videos and you wish to support what I do with these, please subscribe and like the video, and if that's not too much after all of that, leave a comment to help us get the channel out to those who aren't seeing it, basically to push the algorithm. Thank you to all of my supporters and all of my subscribers that are watching and subscribing and helping me grow this channel. We hit 60 this last week, and so a huge thank you to everybody. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the video where we're practicing long division. At times this has been called using Big 7, but we're not necessarily doing Big 7. That is for a different video, and I'll read up on that strategy. But basically, with long division, you are going to be asking yourself, does this number go into the next one evenly, and if it or not, but how many times it goes into that number, and then if it does, then you go through the process. And this can be very, very simple. You're following a couple steps, and then you start that cycle over again. So let's go ahead and practice that with this one. We've got 3 divided into 339, or to say 339 divided by 3. Let's go ahead and get into it. So 3, and we start with the first number. How many times does 3 go into 3? We think about it, and well, they're the same numbers, so it goes exactly once. We put the 1 on top. We go 1 times 3 equals 3, and then we subtract, which 3 minus 3 gives us 0, and then we start the process over again. We pull this 3 down, and you can use that arrow to organize yourself if you like. If not, you can leave that arrow out. Now we have our new number. 3 goes into 3. How many times? Well, we know it's 1. And then we do that cycle, and we've started the cycle. 1 times 3 gives us 3. 3 minus 3 equals 0. And then we pull down the 9 all the way down. And this is a different number now. So 3 goes into 9 how many times? And you're going to be asking yourself that over and over again. Does this number, how many times does it go into it? Up to it, but not over it. 3 times 3 equals 9. So 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 times 3 equals 9. We subtract it, and we've done what I like to call zeroed out the equation. Basically, that means that there's nothing left over. It's an even. So now we're left with 113. Let's go ahead and try a new one. Let's go 5 divided into another 3-digit number. Let's just go 6, 3, and 4. And we know it's ending in something that is other than a 0 or a 5, so we know that that 5 is not going to go into it evenly. Kind of an easy way to test it. You look for the patterns. So 5 goes into 6. How many times? Well, it goes into it exactly 1 time. 1 times 5 gives you 5. Then you subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1, and then you bring this down. So now our new number is 13. 5 goes into 13 how many times? Well, that's twice. Even though it's not even, you want to go up until you can go over it. So 2 times 5 is 10. 13 minus 10 is 3. And then we carry it down. We're left with 34. So how many times does 5 go into 34 evenly? Well, it goes into it 6 times. because 5 times 6 equals 30. And now we subtract 4 left over, because 34 minus 30 is 4. And that gives us a remainder, so what's left over, of 4. And there are different ways of showing that, but for now, in this video, we're going to just say that our result, or what we get after we divide 5 into 634, we're given 126 remainder 4. Let's go ahead and do another one off the top of our heads, and let's see what we get from it. So we're going to go, let's do 4 divided into another 3-digit number. Let's go 2, 8, and then 4. So 284, just a random number. And you can do this if you're just trying to practice the steps, you can also throw numbers out there. As long as you're following the steps proper, you're okay. And then to check yourself, you could definitely use a calculator, but don't use the calculator until after you've solved the problem. You're using it to check yourself, not to just give yourself the answer. So let's go ahead and get started into it. 4, can it go into 2 evenly? Well, no. 4 is a bigger number than 2. So what we need to do is we need to go to the neighbor. 4 into 28. Well, that gives us 7, if I'm remembering properly, because 7 times 4 is 28. And let me just check myself, because it is late. And good, neat trick. Things that I do to help myself solve problems like these if I'm second-guessing myself or I don't know my multiplication fact for that. I know that 4 times 6 is 24, and I add 4 to that, which gives me 28. Well, that's going to be 7, so we definitely got that right. I'm going to do it. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 minus 28 is 0. We bring down the 4, and, well, we are not left with a remainder because 4 goes into 4 exactly once. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. And so our result is 71. Thank you guys for joining me for another math video where we practiced long division. I'm Mr. Turner with Turner's Tutoring. Once again, inviting everybody to like the video and subscribe. Please help us out, and please help us let YouTube know that we do enjoy the content, and so on and so forth. I've also been looking at my analytics, which is basically the data behind everything. We're in a math video, so that it's kind of nice to talk about this. I'm looking at it, and over 90% of individuals watching my content are not subscribed. So please, if you find any benefit from this or future benefit from this, please help us out and subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. And once again, I'm Mr. Turner with Turner's Tutoring, wishing everyone a fantastic rest of their day.